Hello, people of YouTube land. Welcome to.
Oregon Wrestling Observer Review.
And today we're doing the Blair
Witch Project. Which is his first time actually watching it.
Yes.
So let's start the review.
Welcome to the darkness.
Okay, here we go. Once again, my name is Joshua James.
Mr. Bones, and welcome to the Blair Witch Project.
Which, by the way, it is the 20th anniversary of the Blair Witch Project.
Whose idea was it to go in the woods in the first place?
We'll get to that part in a minute. Let's first off a little history of the Blair Witch Project. Okay, the movie came out July 30th, 1999. But in the movie, 3 students go into the woods of Burkittsville, Maryland, shooting a documentary.
Maryland here.
And a year later, their footage was found, pretty much. Heather, Mike, and
Josh.
Not me. No.
And Josh gets sacrificed because he gets slime all over his stuff and then dies horrifically.
Anyways, we're going to review the Blair Witch movies and the documentary and a bonus episode, which he doesn't know what I'm talking about yet, but I do. You'll see when we get to it. Anyways, what we're doing, we're pretty much building up to the new Blair Witch video game that comes out in August.
August in Dark World. August in Dark World.
Which, by the way, I'm actually kind of excited because we're going to play it. I don't know about you. I don't know if you're excited or not, but I am actually. I'm kind of curious how it'll
Seeing
turn
the
out.
movie, I think it's going to follow the first movie, probably.
No, it hasn't. Maybe it hasn't. No one knows yet. No one knows yet.
Yeah.
But we'll probably play it on PC, so we'll keep you updated on that right now. But anyways, let's also say this is Mr. Bones' first time actually seeing the Blair Witch movie. And by the way, there's going to be spoilers in this video. He just already spoiled one thing.
Whose idea was it to go in the goddamn woods?
Heather's.
Why?
There are filmmaking students, filming a documentary.
That's shitty. That's a shitty excuse.
Gotta get that A+.
I give that shit plus.
Anyways, Mr. Bones, what is your thoughts on the Blair Witch movie?
Okay. It started off as a documentary. That's all it was at the beginning part.
Mm-hmm.
It was asking questions specifically about the Blair Witch.
Right.
And stories about the Blair Witch of the Blair Witch.
Asking random people about the Blair Witch.
Basically, they stopped by this one person, Mary something.
Mary, yeah, I don't remember what her name was either. All I know is it's Mary.
Okay, Mary, they stopped by Mary's place, and she kind of cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
But she explains that she saw the Blair Witch as a little girl.
And what she said was, to find the Blair Witch, you're going to have to go and find rocks. There's something about rocks.
I think that's the graveyard.
Yeah, that is the graveyard about the rocks. There's a lot of rocks there.
A lot of trees too.
So what happened after that was, okay, they go in. They don't even follow the map. They just know we have a map. Not for long though, but for now, we have a map.
So they go to the hotel after they film an actual cemetery talking about the history of Burkittsville, Maryland. And then they're at the hotel. Then they go to the woods the next day. And while they're leaving the car, you see a bottle of water on top of the car. I don't know if they forgot it, left it there, or they turned the camera off and realized, oh, we forgot a water bottle.
It's like this is like a comedy of just mistakes here.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the first mistake was actually going there in the first place. Second mistake, not following the map. Third mistake, listening to someone that thinks they know where they're going.
That's the one thing that made Mr. Bones extremely mad, is because Heather kept saying that she knew where we're going. We knew
I know where we're going, and we know where we're going. So apparently, Mike goes, "Alright, since you know everything, and we haven't been really using the map."
Don't wait for that part yet. So far, they haven't found nothing yet. Until the second day, they found rocks.
They found rocks. A lot of rocks.
AKA graves.
The kind of rocks that are rocky.
And so later that same night, they filmed the rocks again, but this time with the video, not the camera they were using. By the way, if anybody knows but has heard of it, the Blair Witch Project is by far the most famous found footage movie. After that, found footage movies haven't been, more successful than the Blair Witch Project has. But we'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah, because was it the first of its kind?
Sort of, but it wasn't the first ever found footage movie. I think the first ever found footage movie was Cannibal Holocaust, which, by the way, we're not going to review on this channel. Never.
Oh, no.
Never.
Yeah, hard pass.
Yeah.
Hard pass.
We are never going to review Cannibal Holocaust. I've seen the movie, and we're never, ever going to watch it.
No.
Yeah, so.
Okay.
So I think Cannibal Holocaust was the first one, but the one that got the most success, the most money, was the Blair Witch Project.
Yes.
So anyways, they found rocks. The next day, they try to go, find...
They go back.
Yeah, they're trying to go back to the car pretty much.
They're not going the straight path that they were going the first time. No, they decided to take the roundabout way to get there. But, oops. Sorry.
But the second night when they're getting ready to go to bed, they hear noises inside the woods.
Ding, 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 ding.
AKA,
ding,
Ellie's
ding,
out there.
Ding, 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 ding.
And I asked Mr. Bones, what would you be doing if you heard those sounds out there?
I was like, nope.
Just stay in the tent pretty
Yep.
much?
Yeah. It's like, nope. It's like, I don't get paid at all.
None of them got paid for
Fuck.
helping Heather out for that movie. All they were going to get was a good grade and credits for school.
Fuck that.
Wait, Josh had a job, so...
Yeah, he repeated that. He's like, hey, I have a job here soon, so can we hurry this up?
So, after that nightmare ended, they wake up, go out of their tent, and 3 pile of rocks. A.k.a. their graves, pretty much.
The rocks in dark world. The rocks in dark world.
And I asked Mr. Bones, what would you be doing if you saw those rocks? It's 3 rocks, and you're one of the 3.
That's a whole lot. Nope, and we're moving camp.
So they try to find their way out again. It's just mostly of them looking and trying to find a way out of
And
the
then
woods.
we got the fucking the people statues.
The witch logos. By the way, if you're new to our reviews, we're not going to be like other reviewers. We're going to say random stuff and skip ahead a few things.
Like
so just to let you know.
the Blair Witch symbol, which is just a person a diagram of a person.
It's a stick figure, pretty much. Yeah.
Yes. And I saw those, and I immediately went, how about no? And if I was there, I was like, no.
Not even going near that, right?
Nope, not even going to touch it, not even going to go near it. I'm going to be over here.
Just keep going, keep trying to find the way out, right?
Yeah. But no, we got camera footage.
We gotta film it.
It's and Mike and Chris are having none of this.
Mike and Josh.
Mike and... God damn it. Mike...
Not our friend Chris Helix and Man Mike, not them, huh?
I'm pretty sure they would still be like, hard to pass.
Yeah, Chris is a ghost hunter, and I think even for him, he would pass.
Take
on.
a hard pass.
Yeah,
No,
maybe, I'm not sure, maybe.
None of this.
Maybe he would, I'm not really sure. I gotta ask him. But, Reese, keep going.
So, Mike and Josh,
Yes.
they want out of there. They were like, Come on, let's go. I don't want to be near these creepy human diagrams any longer.
But Heather has to keep recording.
Yeah, she's all like, all right, I'm coming.
I'm coming.
I'm coming.
Turn the camera off. Pretty much, right?
And then she walks after and they yell, turn the camera off.
And then Mike is shouting for help, and you see Josh realizing
That's when he knew they were fucked.
pretty much.
God damn it.
And then that same night, when they were getting ready to go to bed, after a freak out, then they start hearing kids out in the dark.
And then they start hearing.
Yeah, the tent was shaking. They were shaking the tent, and that's when they ran out. And can you say what Heather said when she saw something?
Look over there!
No.
Oh, that was basically what she said. What was that?
Yeah. Funny thing is,
what's over there?
Funny thing
What's
is that scene right there, we were supposed to see the Blair Witch. That's when we were supposed to see the Blair Witch.
But too slow on the draw there.
Heather was the only one that saw it. The other camera guy, I think it was Mike or Josh, I don't know.
It was Josh.
Oh, okay. He didn't see it.
Mike was like booking it. He was like, nope.
Yeah,
nope.
He was the first one out, pretty much.
He was
like, you guys are on your own.
Like,
every man for himself.
You'll make nice sacrifices. Bye.
And
runs off.
So yeah, we were supposed to see the Blair Witch, but didn't get to see her at all. So
is that a good thing or a bad thing to take away from this?
I think it's good because not knowing what she looks like is scary.
It's all like, what's that? Looks over like 2 seconds later. Nothing's there. It's just
I
the
think it's
void.
scary. I think it's scary because you don't know what she looks like.
Like for a second there, I was all like, "Are you sure she doesn't have heat vision or something?" Because I looked over there and I see just this black void over everything, and I'm all like, "What the fuck?"
This is why I would be disappointed if we saw the Blair Witch. They just bought a witch costume. It would just been a. So that's why I would have been disappointed.
Well, that was lousy on their part.
That's why I'm saying I'm glad we didn't see it. It would just been a normal witch. Anyways, actually, it's funny we talk about the whole Blair Witch thing. There's actually a toy of what the Blair Witch looks like. Ellie Kedwards. There's actually a toy that was being sold of what the Blair Witch is supposed to look like.
Just a witch.
Here's the picture of the witch. He's not going to see it, but I'm going to show him
Just
after.
a witch.
No, it's not the witch that we were thinking of. It's a lot different.
An old man.
You'll see when I show you after. But anyways.
Me when I get up in the morning.
That's everybody, dude.
Yes.
Like me, when I wake up, I was like, do I want to go to work?
Nope.
Wait, I have to. I got a dog and a cat and so I have to.
Like me, I'm just all like, I wake up at 10. I have my alarm set for 10. I wake up at 10. Go. Don't want to wake up right now. I think I'm functional for about as long as it takes to turn off the alarm, set it for 12, and then I'm out again.
Anyways, moving on. They wake up and they see their campsite pretty much demolished, pretty much. The tent is destroyed. Josh's stuff is everywhere. And they see some kind of slime, whatever it was. We didn't really get a good clear what it looks like, so.
KY jelly? No, they wouldn't do that.
They would.
Probably slime, but...
But we didn't know what it was, so we couldn't really tell what it was. Remember, this is 1999, aka 1994, like this movie was saying it was. So,
No, it was 1995, so technically...
No, 95 they found the stuff. They went out in 94. A year later, their stuff was found, so...
Yes. But technically, we went ahead in the future, then we went back to the past, and then we went ahead into the future. We're basically watching the video that
But
they're
like
making.
I'm saying, don't be too hating on this movie. Think about it. This is 90s, so cameras back then are not like the cameras we have now, so...
We got, like, the whole, the film reel thing.
This is during the VHS days, and I know some of you are not even going to know what a VHS is, which is
And
sad.
you're making me feel old and I'm 24.
My nephew, Elijah, doesn't even know what a Blockbuster is, so that kind of hurts, so...
That makes me feel older.
I know, right?
Like, I know what a VHS is. Because all in my house, when I was like 5, all we had were VHSs.
We didn't have DVDs or a computer back then.
We didn't have computer. We had Nintendo. We had 64.
Sega.
We had Sega. We had the TurboGrafx 16.
Let's just say this guy, what his shirt says.
With
So anyways, let's get back to the movie. So, this is at the point they're just realizing they are screwed. And they're losing it. Like, literally, you can see it. You can see it.
hard. And
Oh yeah, by the way, the reason they don't have their map anymore because Mike kicked it into the creek.
It was all like, well, we're not using this anymore.
He kicked it to the creek.
Because no one was looking at it, and when they were looking
Because
at
Heather was
it's
saying,
like, I know where I'm going. Which leads us to later going south, but they end up going into a complete circle.
yeah, we're getting to that point now, is that they went in complete circle, realizing they are lost. They are screwed. They're
what, from the creek to the same creek?
Yeah, so, like, Heather realized we are lost.
We are fucked.
Yeah, pretty much, because she kept saying, oh, I know where we're going. I know where we're going.
I know where we're going.
And she realized...
We don't know where we're going.
So, that's the night they realized they were screwed. And later that night, they are in the tent again, which is probably so fun to be in. And the next day, Josh is gone.
Josh, you made a notable sacrifice. Your sacrifice would not be in vain.
Wrong Josh.
Oh, okay. but still, it's kind of like that. If me and Josh were there, we're like, hard to pass. We're not saving your ass. No. like we have lives. We want to eventually get back to civilization.
Maybe the witch would spare us because we're viewing her movie. No, she won't.
No.
Because if
this
she
will
would...
probably make her want to do it more.
No, she's already going to screw with us for the second movie. Hey, we'll get to that when we get to it. Anyways,
A hot pass.
well, you're going to be with me. You're going to review
Yeah.
it. So unfortunately, there's no pass for you. You missed half of the Halloween movie, so this is one you are not going to pass. You are.
But hey, I watched that shitty 6 movie.
But still, you missed half of the Halloween movies. There's
Yeah.
no way you're not missing Blair Witch 2. You're going to sit down and watch. I'm not going to suffer by myself. You are going to suffer with me.
What if we get Mike to suffer with us?
That's true. But anyways,
Not the Mike in the movie.
No.
The mad of all Mikes.
the Mike that we know is smarter, so... anyways,
Like, Mike wanted,
in the movie...
kick the fucking map into the river.
Yeah.
I mean creek. I mean whatever it is.
And anyways, that same day when Josh is gone, they went to go look around, and Heather asked, what do you think about going east? And I guess they're going to do that. So, later that night, they hear Josh screaming for help, pretty much. He's suffering, he's hurting, he's probably dying, and he's screaming for help. And,
He's dead.
and Heather and Mike are trying to look for Josh. And so far, they can't find him because it's pitch black out there.
Yeah, so after that part, they keep going.
Well, first, the next day, Heather found something. You want to talk about that one?
Yes.
Camera's yours, bud.
So next day, sun rising.
Sunrise, sunset, sunrise, sunset.
I will destroy you. So the Blair Witch left them a little present. What was it, you might ask? A bundle of sticks made.
It's just sticks, but it's tied.
No. It's a bundle of sticks.
Yeah.
Because they're tied together.
But what are they tied with?
They're tied with Josh's shirt. Scraps of Josh's shirt.
Yeah.
So, Heather, being the brilliant person she is, picks it up. She's like, she moves it away from the tent, which they're still using.
And Heather goes back to it.
No. She goes over to Mike first.
Yeah.
She goes over to Mike. So Mike is having the shit kicked out of him by reality of the situation.
Yeah, and while he's sitting down, he's limping back and forth.
And he's like, It's like you finally found a cigarette. It's like the cigarette's not helping at all.
But he says, we're still alive. Found some cigarettes.
We're still alive. We got cigarettes.
Don't smoke, kids.
Like, don't smoke. Unless it's weed and you have a license to smoke it.
Anyways.
Okay, so after that,
Heather goes back.
She makes the decision of going back to the bundle of sticks. She unties it. There's a bigger wad of his
blood.
No, of his shirt. She unfolds it, and it looks like a jaw got ripped out.
His tongue.
It's a little bit of his tongue got
teeth. There's teeth.
Teeth, tongue, and lower jaw got ripped out. And he's still like yelling incoherently like the next day. The next night.
Which is their last night. But before we get to that part, Heather made an apology video because she realized we're going to die. So I have to make this video. And by the way, fun fact about that was her idea to do in the movie.
Yeah.
But she didn't realize how close she was to the video because, sorry guys, you can't see this, but like she was like legitimately this close. I think she tried to do that, but she was like, didn't realize she was that close. I'm sorry you had to see that, but
yeah, you got a nice view of his eyeball.
But it's for the review. It's for the review, guys. But that's when she apologizes to Mike's mom, Josh's mom, and her mom, realizing
that's when they knew.
No, that's when she knew
they were fucked.
Yeah, and she also knew everything was her idea and it was her fault. She realized that.
That's when we get to me saying earlier, whose idea was it to do this?
Heather's.
Whose idea was it to go to the... Wait, this is spoiling the ending here.
No, we're getting to the ending right now. But anyway,
what?
Actually, that's the next thing we're going to talk about.
And then it was... I don't know. I don't remember whose idea it was to go inside the house.
Which, by the way, it's Rustin Parr's house. And whose idea? That was Mike's idea.
Look, okay, we got two people making terrible life decisions.
Because they hear Josh's voice. By the way, they hear Josh again. And his voice is going in from that house.
But the thing about that is... The thing about that is this. Heather opened the bundle. There was clearly a lower jaw, a tongue, and some teeth in there.
But she never told Mike.
So but she still went in there.
Yeah.
I would have been like, there's something you need to know.
That thing I found
was basically a lower jaw, some teeth, and a tongue.
Who was it? It was Josh's.
It's like,
so, if you hear something and it's Josh again, that's not him.
but she didn't do that, which was a terrible life decision, and it boggles my mind even more.
And then they go inside the house where you see the bloody children handprints from the movie, from all the victims from the Blair Witch and Rustin Parr.
And then the thing was, they hear it upstairs.
They go upstairs.
They hear it downstairs.
And Mike goes downstairs.
Alright, give me a moment. Almost done. And it goes downstairs.
It's his sister.
It goes downstairs. The Blair Witch just nails him. It drops.
And then you hear Heather screaming for her life, and she goes downstairs, and you see Mike on the wall, and then Heather's calling for him, and next thing you know, Heather gets hit. Movie over. So, that was the Blair Witch movie. The first Blair Witch Project movie. That came out 20 years ago.
The problem with the movie was, it was all one person's idea. Everyone else just jumped at the chance to do it.
Because it was for school credit, pretty much, I guess.
So, if your friend asks you to do a project with them out in the middle of the woods, say no.
Well, it's YouTube now, but everybody's gonna do that now because they want views.
Say no.
Anyways, that was the Blair Witch Project movie. The movie that came out 20 years ago. And here's the funny thing about the movie. People legit thought they legit died. Everybody thought this was real. They thought they were seeing these kids' last moments on the screen. Hang on, everybody. So people actually really thought this movie was real. They actually really thought these kids died. And the funny thing is, the actors in the movie were actually really keeping quiet.
No, that's funny.
Because if you go on the IMDb website for the Blair Witch movie, I think it's on IMDb, I don't remember. Heather's mom was actually getting sympathy cards because people actually thought Heather died, and they were saying sorry to the mom for the loss. Everybody, like, that's funny because realizing, like, they thought this movie was real. And get this, when fans found out it was fake, the fans actually got mad at the actors.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you be happy to see that they're alive? He's getting his shoes on.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you be happy to see, like, oh, thank God they're alive?
Yeah, but the thing is that since it was played to, like, look real, they legitimately thought, oh, they're dead now. There's an actual Blair Witch out there killing people.
For me, I would be happy that they're alive. I wouldn't be mad.
But then it's one of those things that goes, oh, there isn't a witch out there trying to kill people. I'm relieved. But that means we sent sympathy cards to...
So you guys trolled us. How dare you troll us?
Yeah, basically. That's the long con of this one.
All I can say is that was brilliant. I love the fact that you actually trolled people and believe in this movie. Hey, it fooled me. When I was a little kid, I thought this was all real. I actually thought Heather, Mike, and Josh actually died. I actually really did think the Blair Witch was real. By the way, it's just a movie. It's still an urban legend, so no one knows.
Yeah, that was the long con.
It still fooled me. And I'm glad Heather and Josh and Mike are still alive. But anyways, the funny thing is about this movie too is that the directors actually sent them to go stay in the woods. They didn't really feed them that much. And all the stuff we saw, it's the directors pretty much screwing with the actors in the movie.
Yeah.
So they were getting annoyed. They were so mad. So their anger in the movie wasn't acting. They were actually mad and hungry. Because the only food that they did give them was like a candy bar and some apples and all that kind of stuff. Not enough to feed you and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. So they actually were hungry in the movie.
Yeah.
But this movie did make a lot of money. It did. It did make a good. It was a good horror movie back then. Now it's kind of laughable to watch.
No. It's like back then it was horror. Now it's more suspense.
That's
than
what
horror.
that's where I was going. It's like back then it's a great horror movie. Now it's just suspense, but it's not that scary when you watch it. But it's actually pretty good still.
Yeah.
I still liked it. I still thought it was a good movie. It's Mr. Bones' first time. What did you think of it in general?
It was a nice romp around a forest in the middle of blah blah park forest.
Burkittsville, Maryland.
Burkensville, Maryland here. No. Maryland.
Well, what do you rate the Blair Witch movie?
I rated a 7. Like,
I think that's fair. 7.5 for me. Actually, no. I give it an 8.5. I give it an 8.5 because I still love this movie. I know that's probably.
you're gonna throw on your nostalgia shades.
Um,
You're like, boom, yo. Wait. He's actually going to put them on. Your nostalgia shades.
It's the only ones I can find, so. But anyways, I did like the movie. Now, get ready, because I think a year or two later, a sequel was made.
And apparently, it was an abomination.
Halloween 3 is way better compared to the Blair Witch 2. And
No. To compare that to an actual good movie that had nothing to do with Michael Myers. No, what you have to do is you have to compare that shit to something that's equally shitty. And
Slenderman. The Slenderman movie, Bye Bye Man, was horrible.
Yeah.
I can't pick because I hated all three. But that's going to be our next movie to review. Is Blair Witch 2: The Book of Shadows. Spoiler alert, there is no Book of Shadows in the movie.
It was all in their mind.
And technically, no again.
It was all in their imagination.
You could say that. But, yeah, spoiler alert, there is no Book of Shadows in the movie. It's just a title for a movie to sell money. And we'll get to that when we get to it. So...
Dude!
Why?
Because you were there.
Vanessa,
What?
your brother...
Yeah, I know he was a douchebag a long time ago, but that doesn't surprise me.
Long time ago.
Anyways, thank you guys for watching our review. My name is Joshua James.
Mr. Bones, and we'll see you
In the next review.
Bye!
See you guys later.